crypto, speed matters, but trust matters more. At Caleb & Brown, you're never on your own. We connect you with your own personal broker and a 24/7 team, ready to help you buy, sell, or swap over 250 digital assets with one flat, transparent fee. No spreads, no slippage, no hidden costs. Get the best market prices through deep, aggregated liquidity executed by our professional trading desk. Your funds are secured with institutional-grade cold storage for total peace of mind. Track every move in real time with our intuitive client portal, anywhere, anytime. Whether you're trading as an individual, trust, or business, we give you speed, security, and peace of mind. Thousands of clients in over 100 countries already trust Caleb & Brown. Visit calebandbrown.com and start your personalized crypto journey today.
Disclaimer, not financial advice. We're not liable for any personal financial decisions. Thank you. What's up, guys? Welcome into another episode of Blockchain Brew Show. I am your host. Joe is the host. We are here to talk about charts and crypto, and we're going to get into liquidations, possibly manipulations, what's going on in the tariff wars, and wait, what's this? Paxos printed $300 trillion? What? Oh, it's okay, guys. Don't you worry. We're going to get into it, and we'll explain everything before you panic. But please, smash that golden like button. Like that, guys, smash it. Yeah, that's right. We want to see up in here. I got the subscribe bell. Ring a ding ding. And ring a ding ding. You can find us over there. There's a bell on YouTube, and it's the most gorgeous of all the bells on YouTube. And if you click it, you'll find more of this gorgeous channel. And over there in Kick and Rumble, I don't really know if they use a bell, but if they do, I don't have to ask for it because we just go all natural over there. But if you do want to touch it, feel free. And I got, I don't know, I forgot to ask Joe if he's hydrated today, but I did bring a Great Nation key lime fluff. Wait, where's his eyes? I thought for a second the ears were the eyes, but it turns out there's the eyes down there. So we are okay. It's kind of scaring me. It's a key lime vanilla cotton candy tart ale. I had an ale on about a week ago, and I have a couple more in the fridge. And I haven't grabbed them because I discovered I didn't really like ales, and so I've been looking forward to them. You know, this would have been better to drink on a green day, but it is what it is now. Too late to go back. It's running at 8.4%. We got a pint here. Great Nation Brewing Barrel House of Portland, Oregon. Well, no, I wonder why it tastes like tears, liberal tears. But actually, don't know. I haven't tried it yet. Great Nation. There's no like font around it. But hey, man, let's try it out. Get an ASMR pop. Hey, that was actually pretty good. That was a pretty good pop. Joe, I give that one like a 10 out of 10.
There you go.
Smell test smells like sour. Oh, Chris, you should go on your X more often and look at your messages because I messaged you and you never responded. So I have hurt feelings. I want to let you know before I start drinking and get a buzz, and then I forget about my feelings. Actually, that's not bad. It does taste very key limey. I was a little concerned about that because the last one's kind of sour because it's key lime. I think you kind of expect that sourness taste. Joe, guys, if you haven't already, Joe Trade Intuition. If you haven't already, go to his channel, find his subscribe bell. It's in one of his corners too, and he is going to give you some alpha on whatever. I don't know how you run your channel, Joe. Do you just throw up?
You need to
coins
watch
and people
more
just vote?
often. You need to watch more often.
What time do you go live?
I go live Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard, and then Saturday and Sunday at 4. And then
So-
sometimes I do bonus streams, but
Is that-
usually those times.
How long do
Eastern.
you run? How long is your channel usually on for?
On average, it's an hour. Sometimes we run a little late, an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. I don't like doing it too long because then people won't watch the replay.
Okay, and you said you go live at noon Eastern.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9 o'clock. Okay, I'm gonna look for you tomorrow. No, I can't, because what I do for a living, I'm not active in the chat.
Right.
I might let you know I'm there, but I'll stay there and just check out your stuff. Sweet. All right, where are we at today? Going to the news. I do feel horrible. You sure feel horrible, Chris. You hurt my feelings. Let's do it next Wednesday. Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Ha 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 ha. He says. Okay, well, before we go into the chart, I see you, DZ. You got Toshi. Did I say hi to everybody? I don't think I did. My bad. I feel so bad. All right. Hello, Chris. Hello, DZ. I did see you guys in here. I just didn't say anything yet. D not you. What's up? Pepe WTF. What is everyone trading? Well, Trent, he was supposed to come on today. He made a massive 10x gain trade yesterday. And I was like, Trent, you're supposed to shout those ones out. Oh, yo, Pepe. Okay. Basically, we have one more dump filled gap coming. Yeah. Okay. And jump into the charts today. Woo. Here's what happened in crypto today. Guys, like I told you, we'd cover Paxos. A 300 trillion fat finger as Paxos accidentally mints PYUSD before burning it. So they literally actually hit a button like this, click, and they minted $300 trillion, probably with an extra couple zeros somehow. And then they're like, whoops, that was an overreaction on the supply. And then they immediately burned it, which is pretty comical. I mean, I think many times we fat fingered things before and didn't realize it. Usually, though, when I worked at Costco and we fat fingered items, generally you needed an override to make an item adjustment of that quantity. But I've definitely charged somebody $1,000 for milk before. That has happened. Just oops, tap enter. It was done before it was over. I'm like, guys, I need a void over here on register at 9. We have $1,000 gallon of milk, really good milk, old milk, but that's some nice cereal, So we don't really need to read into that, but it was just more comical. We have Coinbase. Actually, I don't even care about that one, to be honest with you. Coinbase is investing into an exchange in India. Tom Lee Arthur Hayes says double down on 10,000 ETH this year. Well, I would sure like to hope so. I mean, his hair is getting a little wild though, so maybe that's his with it. I'm not on the screen.
I was just
Son
going
of
to
a
say, are you
biscuit.
sharing the
I was
screen?
not on the screen. Hey Trent, welcome in.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Good to actually meet you in person on the stream, Joe.
Awesome. Good stuff.
Wait, is this the first time you've been on stream with Joe?
Yeah.
I swear you guys have touched bases 3 or 4 times.
Nope.
Really?
That must be some really good ale you're drinking. Nope.
Key lime, actually. Key lime. Trent, want to tell everybody about your 10,000 point trade?
Yeah. Can you guys see me on the screen or no?
Yeah, I can. You look, you're wearing a yellow mustard shirt. You have an XRP hat on and your name badge that says Joe.
Well, I gotta be real quick, but I had to at least introduce myself to Joe formally, face to face, because I haven't got to yet. But I am over here at the church, ministering to the youth. But anyways, yeah, guys, so last night, while we were on the stream, I was in an open trade on TA. I think the project is called Truista AI or whatever it's called. But it's TA is the ticker against USDT. And I was in that trade. If you were on the stream last night, you would know that Joe was my DD through that trade. He was in the comments being my voice of reason over there. And so I closed that trade significantly in profit, and then I went back into it, found a re-entry, did really well on that one as well. And then once I closed that, I took a trade on a coin called Bless. The ticker is just Bless, BLESS. And I took that trade because it was in our Discord VIP signals. And T-Square can tell you a little bit more about our VIP signals later. But the whole reason I took it is that it's because it's in our VIP signals. And now I'll be honest with you guys. When I went into it, I took the signal just the way it gave it to me. But the stop loss that it gave me got hit. So if you just went in on that signal, your stop loss would have got hit. It's okay. That's what a stop loss is for. But once that happened, I was watching it in real time, and I re-entered underneath that stop loss, and it's okay because when I went in with a small amount, and my plan was to kind of leverage up as it went up, but it hit the stop loss. I got in underneath the stop loss, and that thing absolutely ripped. I made like 400% on the trade this morning. And so I'm not saying you just blindly take the signals and you're always going to win. Like, you would have gotten stopped out, right? But I just happened to, based on my own analysis, I just re-entered lower after I got stopped out. And that was my approach. I wrote it up 400%. I made like, $4,000 on that trade today. But guys, if I would have I opened the trade at 10x, and if I would have just held that, man, this coin ripped from like 2 cents, above 2 cents, like maybe 0.25, to about 23 cents today. It almost 10x'd. And dude, if I know Joe tells me not to say coulda, shoulda, woulda, but if I would have just like not taken profits, which is never a good decision, because this time I would have made like 20 grand. But every other time that I don't take profits, I'm gonna get wrecked. So the balance is still against you if you're not taking profits, right? But anyways, guys, they'll show it to you more on the charts, maybe show you some levels. A selfish request, I'm gonna have to hop off right now, but maybe if you guys do go over TA and Bless, which were both really hot over the last 24 hours, I'll go back and watch it later. Maybe we all get some ideas together if you guys could cover it. But that's all I got.
Real quick, Brent, you are strong in the word because you're at church. I will make you strong as a trader that does not have emotions. Stick with me. I will help you out because you are an extremely emotional trader. You have the woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yes, I said woulda twice. Woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda syndrome, and that will destroy traders because you can be mentally perfect setup, perfect everything. You can watch videos, boot camps, the whole nine. But when it comes to actually executing, you're like doubting yourself. Oh man, what if I just put a little bit more? What if I just do this? And then now all of your teaching just went down the drain because now you're trading with emotions versus logic. Stick with me, man. I'm going to help you out. I'll make you strong in being a disciplined trader as opposed to emotion because it is truly emotion.
Yeah, hey, that's what community is for, and maybe on some channels someone might take offense to that, like someone, because I could do the thing where it's like, no, I need to be like, I need my audience to see me as the KOL, and I need, my audience to, I need to not put my information outside of myself, which I'm not doing, by the way. But this is what community's for. The Bible says iron sharpens iron in faith. But we do that in crypto as well. We do that in anything that we do. So community is good. Sharpening each other is good. And so Joe says, "Let me help you," and I say, "Let's do it." Let's all.
We're gonna be good friends, man. And like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna, get stuff from you. You're gonna get stuff from me, and like, I will be that voice in your ear. The woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Let me just stick with my guns. So
Yeah.
DZ
Guys-
said, "Did you drop $1,000 in that trade?"
Less than that, actually. Yeah. Less than that, because I got to, like, I made 400%, but then I went back in and made another 200 to 300. So, yeah, but
great, man.
Good trade.
Very nice.
I threw Bliss on the chart too, where you were talking, but you gotta go.
yeah, I gotta run, but I did want to say hi to everyone, especially because Joe's on here. So, nice to meet you formally in person, kind of.
Thanks.
All right, guys. Be blessed. No pun intended.
That's good.
Bye.
Later, dude.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was nice. There was only one other thing I was going to cover real quick, and it was here it is. I was just going to say, U.S. moves to drop Bitcoin advocate Roger Ver's tax case with a $50 million deal. I'm sure he's excited about that because he has that type of money lying around. But he's probably like, oh, that's kind of annoyingly amount of money that he shouldn't have spent, but now he can come back to the U.S. I actually think he relinquished his U.S. ID. United States Court, Central District of California, that figures. Proposed to dismiss case of the U.S. government filed deferred prosecution in September, laying out conditions for Ver to have his case dismissed. Ver admitted that he had been required to file a statement to pay taxes on certain crypto assets before renouncing the U.S. citizenship in 2014. Wow, dude. You announced that early. Man, you got to wonder how much Bitcoin he has if he renounced the citizenship to run from taxes in 2014. So that took him 11 years to get Roger Ver. So, guys, pay your taxes. You can outsmart the law, but the law won't smart you. So, you go. You can run, but you can't hide. Where are we at? What are we gonna do? Okay, we're gonna take a look at bubbles, so we can take a look at charts. Maybe we'll check out liquidity levels too. I'm kind of curious about where the liquidity is at. Asterd is down 12.6% today. $1.20. What actually? The last week it's went to 117. That was that dip. It's pretty much back there. Dcash has been dropping, but it ripped so hard, man. It was up to just shy of $300, down to 270. What's another one for loser for the day? IMX down 10%, 23% for the week. Pepe still holding stronger than everything else in its bubbles in its vicinity. Gold's up 4,200. Holy cow, 4,250. Look at that. Where the heck is silver at? I'm kind of curious what silver is. Silver is at $53 an ounce. Oh my goodness, guys. We're gonna jump into liquidity levels. Hey, there's Bliss on the top 200, guys. That just tells you how much it ripped up to 333 million market cap from whatever was at down there, like 30 million. That's looking like it might have peaked, but maybe I'm wrong because it's just how high it ripped so fast. Synthetics also down another 25% for the from yesterday, and yesterday was down another 25% too. So we're down to $1.62, and it was $2.50. So anybody wishing that they wanted to get in, actually, it's not a bad time on the weekly time frame where it's at this little local level right here. Next level will be down in this area at 138. So maybe you'll get another 25% dip. It is possible. Actually, it is probably more feasible to actually see around a 120. So if it was me, I would hold off. But
I got a question.
Yo.
How do these coins move so fast? Like Blitz, it went up 480%
I don't know.
in a day.
Heck, I don't know. I was thinking maybe it got listed someplace. We could take a look at it. You know, that maybe there's some news on it. We could jump into. You know what? Let's head over to their X. I'm sure they have an X account. Let me pull it up for you guys real fast, and maybe we can find it. Bliss, here it is. I found it. Boom, share tab instead. Says following, they have a trading pair on Binance. Maybe building. They really, honestly, haven't said anything in 5 days. Is that right? Replies. They haven't even said anything today. Oh, here it is. Boomer Cloud, generation of agnostic decentralized cloud. BlackRock and NVIDIA will take over investment that has nothing to do with Bliss. We trust them to do the right thing with huge computing power. This will not backfire.
So DZ says it moves fast because it has a small market cap.
Well,
And that is absolutely correct. So the reasons these coins move the way they do is because small market cap. So the smaller market cap, they tend to move very fast, either up or down. In addition to that, you could have people who have Telegram groups, Discord groups, and they're buying little bits and pieces, $20 a day, $50 a day, whatever it is. Then they have a pump group. So they'll tell their group to pump the coin. Hey guys, I have a coin. It's going to go 30x. The last coin we did, it did 15x. This one's going to do double that. And I'm going to announce it tomorrow. So what they're doing is they're hyping everything up. And they're feeding to the greed that people have. So that when the next day does come, all right, guys, 2 more hours. Get ready. 2 more hours. I'm going to release it. And then sure enough, 1 hour, 15 minutes. Then in 5 minutes, I'm going to release it. Then in that 5 minutes, then they release it and they've created all this hype. Then they pump it. And because it's such a low market cap, the coin is going to go. And then what the owner of that group does is they'll say, market buy, guys, market buy. You don't want to, because you're missing the opportunity. We're going to 30x. And it's going 2x, 3x, 4x. Come on, guys, keep on going. Market buy, you can do it. Yeah. And it starts coming down. And then they'll start going up again.
Well, so Crypto Job says the top is in. Bulls are going to cash out 30% dump. I think it'll be more aggressive than 30%. I think you could see like a 50+% dump. I think you could probably dump back down to like 5-6 cents and still be up in gains. But I think that's a realistic number. You could probably see a 10x, a 10-cent drop. You probably come back down to these little levels back from a month ago, maybe an area. But this is what the next bottom or floor, you want to call it, between 5 and 6 cents. So I could see like an 80.
I see a lot of people on X where it's a huge, just horrible chart. Oh my gosh, man. Like I throw up in my mouth when I see these charts. And they're like on the weekly or whatever. And they are so far down. They're like 99.99% down from their high or whatever. And they're like, guys, it's breaking the level. It's breaking the trend line. And I'm thinking, if you understand trend lines, all you need to do is give it some time. The more time you give it, the more likely it's going to break it. So all you need is time. You give it enough time, it's going to break.
Yeah.
And then not only that, but I'll look up the market cap of the coin, 3 million. 3 million market cap. So if anybody buys it, especially people who don't understand order books or market cap, and they want to buy $500 or $1,000, they are going to pump that coin. And then sure enough, that same influencer posts again on X a month or 5 months later, guys, we 7x our money on this coin. It's like, dude, yeah, because these are poop coins. They really are. But I can talk for days as far as all that stuff.
I no, I'm in a total agreement in how that works. I actually had somebody you haven't met yet come up to us, and he said he's in like a couple of those different Discords, and he said he went in there and he's like, dude, I don't want anything to be a part of these. He's like, not. As soon as as soon as you get people learn that you're a scam, dude, you'll never recover. You'll never recover from that, dude. I shouldn't say his name. Maybe one of these days we'll talk off stream and I'll tell you about it. I was supposed to tell you a bunch of other stuff last time he came on about off stream stories. Dude, I got stories for days. Same as the trash Hakua coin. Stay away from the shit coins, dude. Dude, that coin was kind of funny and kind of sad at the same time.
Yeah. See, but here's the thing, though. Like, if you buy those type of coins, you cannot sue. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna cry? Like,
Yeah.
like,
Well, even with the Haktua coin, Joe, she didn't know what a scam or a shitcoin was. Somebody just made this coin and said, "Hey, we found
she
this
was
for
happy
you."
about it.
She's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I like this idea. Yeah, let's run with it." she didn't know it. She went into that Twitter Spaces like, what? CoffeeZilla, you're scaring me. Okay, bye. Good night, guys.
Yeah. But anything that happens, like, it's crypto. I mean, you can't cry about it. It's like this
Yeah.
is what it is. You win money, you lose
It is
money.
what it is.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking about Bitcoin earlier today, and we had this candle right here. And before we actually had this ginormous dump, this double green dot down here, this should have been the end of that trend, but then we get a yellow X, which is manipulation, force us down to the downside. They probably saw liquidity coming into the market. No, I was going to look at the liquidity. I was okay, I'll do that in a little bit. So then we get manipulation, total fake out. Then we make it almost like a diamond pattern. Come up to the 21, instant rejection. Doji candle trend reverse, we come back down. I'm suspicious to know there's even more manipulation going on here because we got a second green dot right here. We should have pumped up. Then we follow up within a half hour later with another yellow X. So I'm assuming they were probably farting around, playing around before they had a massive liquidity dump. They were trying to market make it. We come back over. We come up to this trend line. I'm trying to use the keyboard. To right here. We bounce off it, get the rounded top. We get a lower high. We come back down, get a lower low in this zone right here. Blood diamond, come back down, bounce, 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 and we dump double bottom. Now we're bouncing at the double bottom. We're coming up. What we do got going for us that I really like, guys, is with the strength's really high. We're at 89 strength, which is good. Stokes RSI are low. We have not fully clipped yet. We have 2 minutes. 2 minutes of this 15-minute closes. We'll find out where it goes. We haven't fully clipped yet on the 15-minute. It looks like it might try to do a fake out to me, and I say that because the VWAP. I like how this VWAP is coming in. It's showing strength. The money flow looks like it peaked right here, and the hill has been shrinking, which means money has been coming in. We do have a single green dot right now. Like I said, usually sometimes the double green dot, that's the one that actually plays out. So we're going to keep an eye on this. The DBSI went from a 12 to a 6 to a 6, which means we're holding our strength and support. We'll jump into a longer time frame in the 1 hour. Now, in the 1 hour, we actually have a bit of bullish divergence coming in right now. We got this swing down to this swing up, which is a really good sign. VWAP's looking really good. I really like that VWAP. I really like this big candle coming in. Strength Stokes RSI, and the VWAP's looking good. We're coming up to this neckline, possibly create a bullish movement. We might head up to... this is so weird. I'm trying to remember how to do this. I don't like this key. I gotta do keyboard, guys. I'm trying to learn how to use it. Just bear with me right here, okay? Excuse me. Whew, key lime. If we break up, we have this little short gap where there's not a whole lot going on. I guess I take it back there. I guess there is a little bit going on here, isn't there, Joe? It looks like it's lower liquidity. I threw a bunch of yellow lines up just to confuse everybody. It's what my main goal was. We're coming up touching the 21. If we can break through it, guys, this will be the next little bit of range. And realistically, I think we'll probably come up to this volume node up here at 112. It's looking pretty good right now. 4 hour. 4 hours not actually looking bad either. I'm gonna relay some of this. Erase some of this stuff. Money flow is still deep in the red. Stokes RSI have not fully started its uptrend like we just had in the 1 hour, which is fine. I do like how we got an anchor trigger wave to the upside, and we do have a doji candle that currently closes in, is that 1 hour? Closes in 1 hour, and if this doji candle closes right here, I do think we'll see some sort of relief. Now, I don't know if we'll be on a full-on reversal where we're going to head back up to, like 115K. If we get double bottom, we'll probably come up to, like I said, 112, 113 range. And then depending on how much strength we have left, we either will get a little bit of a bounce off, maybe off the 21, then we'll continue up. Coming to the 12 hour hasn't had its full reversal yet, but what we do got going for us is we had some manipulation to the downside, and it didn't actually bring us to like a lower wick, and we're currently higher, which I'm okay with that. The money flow on that manipulation, it wasn't detrimental to us. We also have Stokes and strength coming down to the downside, which we don't really hang down here too often or too long before we get some sort of relief fake out. going on over here. The momentum waves are 53 to 52, which means we've been flipping bull, bear, bull, bear. So it gets a little bit of indecision. When we get that indecision in there, it's usually time we get that reversal coming in, because now you don't have the decision to stay down. Even over here, you can see bull, bear, bull. You kind of got that indecision. You could even do it the other way around: bear, bull, bear, bull, bear. And you knew that indecision was coming into the market. Maybe that's not crazy, but it has played out for me in the past like that. We're going to jump over to the liquidity, because I do think this is kind of important to look at with Bitcoin. And as we were talking just now, we were just saying, are we bearish? The manipulation, try to push us down right here, maybe pick up a little bit more liquidity, get into this pocket. We didn't get it. We have a bullish candle right here, and then we break the neckline. It looks like we're continuing up. We might be going after this 113 level. That might be a really good level to pick up the liquidity. And if we come up here, I don't see why we wouldn't go just past it and try to snag up any more shorts. Maybe we'll hit 114 level. So, maybe 115 is not too far away from us. But this is currently we're on a 3-day chart pattern. So if we shrink it up to a 2-day real quick, check out the 2-day. There's not a whole lot of liquidity down here. Most of the liquidity is above us at that 113 level. We really want to snag that. And that's where we might be eyeballing, man. Those shorts might be stuck in a bear trap, or a bull trap right now. Bear, bull is a bull trap. When the shorts are stuck.
Yeah, when it's going to the top, yeah, bull trap if it comes back down.
Yeah. So let's take a look at Ethereum. Did we get any comments in the chat? Crypto John and David Archetype Pump Blaze Elliott trades pump super risk with virtual bacon. 100%. There's a lot of stuff about Crypto John that I will be more than happy to talk with you off the stream. I have never met him personally, but I was put on to him by somebody else, not turned on by him. But you do what I mean, not what I say. And I checked out a lot of his content. I was like, dude, this dude does not smell right to me. He blew up too quick. We started doing a little deep dive on his backstory, and there was some not good things that we found we were able to uncover. Now, I'm not saying that he's not obviously in a court of appeals to me, but this is crypto, so I like you till I don't, and I don't like him. So there's my 2 cents on John. And then David Archetype Pump Blaze 100% Archetype dumped that on his community and his high level Discord community, and I know that because I have a friend that was involved in that and got hurt extremely. 2 friends got hurt extremely bad in that, and it was kind of like one of the things that Joe was Joe, you were just saying shoulda, coulda, woulda. I screamed at them, sell your mother effing positions. And you know what got to him, Joe? The greed got to him. One said I want 20K, the other one said he wanted 200K. He got to $184,000 and got rugged. He lost it almost all back down to like 3K, and he had almost $100,000 into it. I'm just going to say that. And then I have another friend of mine. He got everything rugged once this cycle, and he put whatever he had left into Blaze and then lost it. So, yes, I don't trust them. Elliott, due to my nature being involved with Hit Network, I have access to a lot of things that most people don't. Now, I actually bumped into his wallets doing some forensics analysis. He may have pumped super, but I have information that he was not necessarily the one that dumped it. And I don't think I can technically go public with it because of some court stuff. But I just want to say that I'm not saying Elliott's free and clear, but it was his project. And I know for a fact that he trusted wrong people and he took the fall for a lot of things. So I'm not saying I necessarily like him. I'm just saying that there was some stuff right there. Black hole is really fishy to me. I don't necessarily like black holes. So there you go. You lost 1K on Blaze. I am sorry. That is terrible. Elliott Wife does all his shady stuff. I don't know who Elliott's wife is, but I can tell you what, I think Elliott needs a buzz cut, man. His hairstyle kills me. I'm like, dude, get rid of your hair, man. I don't know. I guess as a millionaire, you could do whatever the heck you want, but I was like, dude, if that was me, dude, I would be like, I'd Brian Armstrong it, dude. Just shave me to the scalp. I don't want to wear this thing, man. That's why Brian probably did it. I got distracted. We were going to take a look at ETH liquidity real quick. We're just going to jump over to Binance, and then, I'll throw it over to Joe, and he can run over some things. And while you run over some stuff, Joe, I might do a poll and look up see if I can find any nuggets to dig up, and maybe go over the ones that I had yesterday. See what they ended up doing. Ethereum, there's like no liquidity below Ethereum. It is right here. I don't see any reason why we won't at least pump to. Well, that's really not that much. Well, that's only like $50. Well, I don't see there's no reason why we can't pump up to at least 4,066, maybe even 4,100, and just take the sweaty liquidity out of this game, man. And it's just like we looked at Bitcoin. Bitcoin had a lot of liquidity right above us. There's no reason if Bitcoin pumps, this is gonna pump. We're just gonna eat this liquidity. Yep. That's what I think. Joe, how do I add you to the screen? There you go. Boop. Yeah, boopity. Oh, I had to take myself off. Boopity boop. I would love to go into deep dive with you guys on. I have so much crazy data that you guys wouldn't even believe I got access to. I don't even believe I got access to. But one of these days.
That's crazy. Yeah, so we can look at anything, but as far as my Bitcoin, before I forget, so it was really funny. I was watching Sin City Crypto earlier today when they were doing their trading show.
Yeah,
I forget what that tall dude's name is, Ron or Rob or whatever.
I don't. So just fill me in a little bit, because I'm aware of Sin City Crypto. I have never watched their product or show, or however you want to put together. Do you find their show? I'm not knowledgeable, but like the ability to digest the information really well, all put together.
I just started watching them. I've been subscribed to them for a long time,
Yeah.
But I just started watching them. So the little bits and pieces that I watch, so far I've liked it. But it's funny because they have the Sin City Crypto show, and then they have like a trading show after it. And it's a tall dude. I forget his name. Again, I just started watching, and he's going and he's breaking down kind of like what you did as far as market cipher and the dots and the whatever. And he's going on for like a good 5-7 minutes. Blah, 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 dots. And then he goes, well, that showed me nothing. And I'm just laughing. And so I put in the comments, but it was already towards the end of the show, and it was today. I believe it was today. No, yesterday. I forget what days. Anyway, I put it in the comments. I said, that's why I trade price action. Now, of course, you use your dots and everything, and that's fine. If it's working, keep on doing whatever's working. But for me, I don't do dots. I look at price action. Here, I'm showing that, and we went over this on my stream earlier, but most traders, they're going to see a shoulder, head, shoulder. I'm looking at this zone, because again, I don't do patterns. I look at this zone, and my zone is from this candle body close to this wick.
Joe.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing real quick? Because you got me cracking up. You said the guy was like, dots, everyone. He's like, that told me nothing. There's been some times on the show, I'm trying to find something on Bitcoin. We're looking at candles and dots. I'm like, man, this just looks like consolidation to me. This doesn't say anything. And so I scroll through different time frames trying to find the data, because a lot of times if it's not in that time window I'm looking at, generally you'll find the information you're looking for usually in the smaller windows, because it'll tell you kind of like which direction that bigger then the trend's moving. And then if you go to like a larger time frame, like a 4-hour versus like the 1 hour and the 15-minute example, like the 1 hour doesn't tell you any data. Usually the 15 minutes saying it's going to go up, and the 4 hours says it's going to go up, you could say, well, the 1 hour is going to go up too. But sometimes I'm looking at the 1 hour, I'm like, if you notice in like our charts in the morning, sometimes I'll do certain time. I usually try to do 2 time frames, but usually one of them I'll leave out. 'Cause I'm like, this is telling me nothing. Just scrap the whole thing. Get rid of it. So you really cracked me up.
Yeah, it's funny, man. So in reference to this zone,
says she's subbing to you.
What's that?
DZ says she's subbing to you, homie.
Oh, awesome! Thank you. Yeah, in reference to this zone, once again, for me, I don't trade patterns. I trade levels. So when the price was here, more than likely, traders may have seen the break of this and maybe started going short. I don't. What I'm looking for is the break of these blue levels, 110.3, 109.6. And then I have my box a little bit higher because of this level right here. So what I'm thinking is we could potentially bounce, here, maybe even here. And when I'm saying here, it's around 110.6, 110.3, and then 109. So, the levels that we just mentioned. This is where I'm thinking we might bounce if we bounce. I don't know. And that's the thing that I always tell everybody. I don't know what's going to happen. I just have probabilities. And on
I just tried to reach for the number pad.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, you gotta return it.
You're right, dude. You're right.
Put that in the poll. Put a poll. So the poll is, if you bought a keyboard, really cool keyboard, but it does not have a keypad with the numbers, would you return it or would you just tolerate it? So we're going to do a poll right now.
We're doing a QA because I just put a poll up. So I'll do a QA.
Okay, there you go. But yeah. So in reference to this on today's stream, price action was here. I'm thinking we're going to go up, even though we could have easily gone down. I'm thinking we're going to go up, do a lower high, and then here's my decision point. Probably maybe 112, 143-ish area before if we decide either to go up or to go down. Price did go down a little bit, then it did come up, then it came down. So right now it's still, and I'm mentioning this to everybody, like I've been bearish on this whole time. I continue to be bearish, and this price action from almost 12 hours now, from my live stream to now, price went up, down, up. It's not looking strong. What I really want to see, if the Asia session and all these other sessions tonight, if they're going to do anything, they need to do it right now. And we have 47 minutes to go on this 1 hour candle. We do have one candle that closed already above this 111.444. If we get another one that closes above it, well, then now this would be higher chance of us attacking this level. So we might do what I was mentioning earlier today. We might go up. We might go up before coming down. Now this right here was just me showing that if we do roll over, I'm not shorting. I'm not considering anything until we possibly do a bearish retest. And I'm thinking the bearish retest might be in this blue zone before coming down, breaking the level. Then we can go pretty hard on shorts. But right now, I think we're only in one XRP. That's it. But so for me, oh yeah, I forgot to look down here. I don't even look down here.
XRP train.
Yeah, for me, I don't look at this stuff down here, but right now we do have the crossover on the MACD, blue line crossing above the orange, and that's a buy signal. If you use that stuff, I don't see any divergence, and RSI looks good. It's at the 50. But so one thing that I do is I literally debunk a lot of trading strategies. A lot of traders don't like me because I show, in my opinion, the reality of trading. So kind of give you a heads up where I'm at, what I do, how I do it. And if anybody, including you, T-Square, if you want to ask me questions in reference to why I use what I use, let me know. Because like I said, what I do is I just kind of open people, hopefully I'm opening people's eyes to stuff, as opposed to, oh man, I don't like you because, my mentor said this. It's like, no man, they're saying that. For example, and I'll stop talking. For example, really good point that I believe, I think I heard it here. I'm not sure, but in reference to, the lower time frames. If the price action is above the 200 SMA, that's a good indicator to buy. Would you agree?
You want my honest opinion?
Yeah.
I don't use the 200 MA very much. I think Trent says that's a bullish sign. So I think Trent would. I honestly, I would probably not know unless I'm looking at, if the white, if the 21 MA was going into the 200, I might buy into that because I'm like, okay, I'm foreseeing the golden cross play out. and I might run with it versus buying when the price is above it already. I don't know. I'm not, to be honest with you, I don't know.
Okay. So this is the 200 SMA. Some traders use it to trade the 1 minute, 3 minute, 15, whatever. And the mentors normally say, you know, price action's above it. It's going to run to this price or whatever. If it's below it, well, then it's going to go to this price or whatever. What we want to see is we want to see our price action above the 200 SMA to go to our target. And as long as it stays above the 200, we're going to go to our target. Now, all those statements are kind of correct. And the reason it's not correct 100% is because this is a moving average. It is an average of the candle body closes. So the statement, if the price action continues going up, the moving average follows it. So as long as the price action stays above the 200, we're going to hit this target. So that statement is correct. However, you have to understand this is a moving average. So if the price is going up, what is the average doing? The average is going up. If the price is going down, is the average going up? No. The definition of a moving average is an average of the candle body closes. So that statement just being said, well, as long as the price stays above the 200, we're coming up here. Yes, that is completely true. However, this is the result of this. It's cause and effect. Because this is going up, the effect is price action, the moving average rather, is going up. So if that does not make any sense, rewind this, listen to it over and over again, because I just gave you the foundation to false teaching. Because what they're saying, you know, as long as the price action stays above the 200, we're going to go here. Yeah, that's true, because it's an average. So hopefully I explained that in easy enough terms to understand. But what I do is, do I use this as, yeah, sure, of course. I want the price action above the moving average. Why? Because that's showing me that we have strength. The price action is above the average, so it's good. If it's below the average, not good. And if you just simplify it like that, you can make trading a lot easier. But I just want to make that clear, and hopefully that hit home as far as why the statement is true, but by the same token, it's a result of what's happening. Hopefully that makes sense. Did it make sense to you, T-Square, or was that too much?
It makes sense to me, and I think it does shed some light on false realities. So it doesn't necessarily mean like it's not always the two. You could probably play the 200 MA and it can play out, but it doesn't necessarily mean that is the live and die on that hill.
Yeah, like, so for me, and the easiest way to trade is, like, eventually it's going to go one way. So for example, you know, with the 200 SMA, like, I see a lot of traders where they'll back test and they'll say, look guys, what you want to do is you want to short the 200 SMA. If we close underneath it, we're going down. And then they show this stuff, or the 9 SMA is a magnet, or the 200 is a magnet, so the price is going to come back to it. Did it come back here? No. Did it come back here? No. Did it come back here? No. They show you that information here. Look, it went back to the 200 SMA. Oh man, you're a genius. Then it moved away from the 200 SMA or the 9 SMA. It's going to come back to it. Look, it came back to it. Oh my gosh, you're a genius. I'm going to use that method. It went away, it came back to it. It went away, it came back to it. However, they're teaching the wrong way. They're teaching that because the SMA is down here, the price action will go to it. No, this is the reason, this is the result. The reason price came down, as a result, it crossed the average. price comes down, the average starts going down.
What's another thing really interesting too, Joe, is right where you go into that peak, where you go back, yeah, right there. If you actually look just below it, I see, you don't use patterns, an inverted head and shoulder. If you literally measure the move from the bottom of the head to the shoulder, it literally is like that would have played out. Yeah, right there, yeah. From that, one over. No, keep going. One hump. That's the shoulder. There's the head. If you measure the bottom of that head to that.
Where's your other shoulder?
Okay, so go back. Shoulder. Yep, there's the head. And then there's nope, too much. There you go. That's a little tiny baby shoulder. Yeah, it's a little baby shoulder. But if you like measure that, or
you're forcing it.
Huh?
You're forcing it.
No.
Yeah, 100%. $1 million you're forcing it.
I know. I see it, man.
No,
maybe if you want, you could say that little nub. And
you're forcing it.
No, so right there, and go slightly up.
I know where you're looking.
No, right there, and go slightly up, a little more to the right. A little more, yeah, right from right there. That's the shoulder.
Force it.
Yeah.
Don't force it, man. Don't force it.
But if you do a measure,
it does look like a happy face. Don't force yourself to think the cloud looks like a happy face. Don't do it.
I love happy faces. But if you look over there, Joe, there's another head and shoulder, and it's dead. That one died.
Oh my gosh, you're forcing, man. I would hate to look at clouds with you, my friend.
Why do you think that's why I use Market Cipher?
Yeah, like that. No, there's no. I mean, you can force anything you want.
If you like this, you really see it.
I saw that when he did that. I was like, no way. Look, what was it? Inverse head and shoulders. Look, guys, we have an inverse head and shoulders. We have the shoulder, the head, the shoulder. And if you tilt your head and
it's a cloud.
I was like, no, he's joking. There's no way he's joking. And he's serious. Yeah. But don't force it, man. Don't force it. Like, here's the level. That's the level. Don't force it.
Don't force it.
Like all this stuff, like I show you the reality of trading. So what I do is I make trading not as difficult as a lot of people make it. I really do. So, like, definitely check me out, man. Check me out. Watch for the weekends or what have you. But what I do is I debunk all this stuff, like all this whole 200 thing. Can you trade it? Yeah, you're gonna eventually be right. And there's
especially if you trade things like Bliss and TA, and you have a large following, and you say, "Hey guys, you see this head and shoulder playing out?" And all of a sudden, that's 5% of your following goes and buys that. Well, guess what's going to happen to that thing? Yeah. Hey, look at that! I made a trade, guys. I won, but you guys all lost. You should have sold faster.
Like this right here, and like this is crap.
Yeah.
And let's not even go to a 3 minute.
Is that the Bliss? Bliss? Yeah, dude. And you know what's crazy is that dump right before you see it shoot up. That dump right there. On my chart, I have manipulation right there, the yellow X, either on it or just before it, and that was forced down from a whale.
Yeah. Yeah. This chart, in my opinion, very low market cap coin. You can see that just by the candles. It's crap. There's no structure to it. Could it make you money? Yes, of course. Like all these coins can make you money.
Would you say that's a Bart Simpson?
Are you? What's that?
Would you say that's a Bart Simpson pattern?
I don't do patterns, but I would say yes.
Yes. If you did see it, Bart Simpson.
But I don't do that. I do this.
Yeah.
And then not only that, but here's all your liquidity right here. So if it breaks, more than likely price will come for this and maybe this. And then here's our level of support.
Hypothetically, Joe, if you were looking at that with any of that drawings on there, just looking at the candles, what would you say the optimal outcome how it normally play out would be? If
I was a pattern trader,
if it was just like, let's just say you were trying to figure out if you should long it or short it. You don't even have to be a pattern trader. If you were just trying to make a move on it and you were looking at from right there, what are you thinking?
I think it's bullish. I think it's bullish because here it was doing nothing. came up, did something. We had this, you can call this a bull flag if you want, or a sideways channel. For me, what I'm looking at is the break of this level right here.
Yeah.
Then, of course, it went up. Started doing this number. Here, it had the opportunity to roll over, but it's still bullish. It came up, came down. Here, it has the opportunity to do this and take away all the gains and now go into this level and then just get nothing. However, it went up, showing strength, higher high. So we have a high, higher high, higher high, showing strength. We don't want it breaking this level.
Yeah.
And as it's coming up, came down to take this liquidity. Awesome, perfect. Now we do a lower high. Getting a little worried, but it's okay. You know, we don't want it to break this low now. And then it comes down, touches it, comes up, breaks this high. Awesome, we're doing great. For pattern traders, they're going to see a bull pennant at this moment. For me, I don't. What I'm doing is I'm waiting for this high to break. And then it goes up, it breaks the high, but barely, comes back down, breaks this low, well, this low I'm looking at, bounces off of this, so now I'm just waiting. And for me, I think it's going to do this. Even though I know it went down, this is what I think it's going to do. So one thing with me, whenever I'm doing my trades or whatever, I show you what I would have done in the moment versus knowing that it dumped. Here, I think it's going to go up. Would I enter the trade right now? No, because it could, I don't know. It like could, and for all these range traders out here that have groups and they have boot camps and they have whatever, like if the price did this, guess what? They're going to show this in their boot camp.
Yeah.
If the price didn't, well, guess what? They're not going to show this example because they want to show, oh, you want to buy the bottom of the range and it goes up. I don't buy the bottom of the range. I wait. I wait to see if it comes down, up, breaks this level. Okay, I'll enter, thinking, you know, we may come up here, and I don't know when the range is going to end.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
if we do break this, well, then we'll probably come for this.
if you played it out, then at what point? Because we know it, and we know it's going to dump, right? So at what point would you have been like, if you were in the trade, you like cut it off, cut the leg off?
Oh, I have my stop under here.
Yeah.
So let's just say I entered here for whatever reason. Let's say I want to, because it's doing this range, and I see this range right now. So let's just say I enter here, and I have my target underneath. You know, I'm not going to try to get the very top, but I'll have my target underneath. So about here.
Yeah.
And it almost gets it. No, almost gets it. No. Then it comes down here. Boom. I get stopped out. Here's my stop loss.
Mm.
And then I wait, and it's too late. I can't enter this as a short. The way I would enter it as a short is if it came down, up, retested, broke this level, and then now I could enter my short. To try to get this, maybe find a bounce here. And sure enough, we do.
Thank you, Calvin. And you know, I actually think you could agree, Joe, with this. Well, one, I don't think you could have foresaw that God candle with Bliss. I think that was just luck of the draw and manipulation. You want my opinion? I think Trent nailed it, but I also think that was a God candle. It's kind of like a black swan event. It's a white swan. And secondly, excuse me, Calvin said I can't trade the 1 hour, but I can trade the weekly. Unfortunately, I got to work. Good stuff. You too. Appreciate you both. And I just wanted to point out, which you probably agree with, is it does take practice trading different time zones, because you have to find and figure out what type of trader are you. Like, there are some people who just trade the 1 minute. There's some people who trade the 15 minute. There's some people who can trade the 4 hour. Some people can only do 2-3 trades a week, and they're happy with that, or 2-3 trades a month. You know, it's really like trying to figure out who you are. You know, Joe, do you play poker?
Sure.
There are some people in poker that are super aggressive, and they have to play every single hand. And then you'll notice the people at the table that are like a little bit more frugal with the chips, and they play every 4 hands or every big blind because they want to optimize the money. But it doesn't optimizing their money in their way. And the people who like to play every single hand know how to optimize the money short term. Will mean they make a little smaller, progressive, bigger bets and try to scare people out, and they have that intimidation factor because they have done that way a long time. They kind of understand how they're doing it. And just basically, Calvin, I'm just trying to say you just got to figure out, you know, your style. I know that's what we need, that God candle in BTC.
Yeah, but as you can see, guys, like I love doing this stuff, and here, I mean, the only indicator I have is my number one indicator, my price action. That's what I use. Now, sometimes I'll put in the other ones just so people think, oh, he knows how to trade, but I know how to trade with this.
Yeah. I think that was a really good analysis, Joe, on that trade. I'm going to cover one more segment, and it's my favorite segment. Da, 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 da. Guys,
You're not showing it.
I know. I have to switch it. I was putting it up and then I remembered. We partnered up with BitFi. No KYC, no VPN. You save 20% on your trading fees with our link, and then you could get up to a 30% to a $3,000 bonus using your deposit. You get a deposit bonus on your deposit. There you go, up to $3,000. Now, it doesn't have to be stable coins. If you already hold Cardano, XRP, Render, Zeta Chain, Zcash, whatever it is, as long as the equivalent value of $3,000, you shift that over, you can get that the bonus, and then you can move your funds back to wherever you got them, cold storage or Coinbase, whatever, or you can leave them over there and trade them. We got CoinM futures over there. It's a pretty cool tool. My number one thing is, guys, God candles exist, so do devil candles, and we had one last Friday. So my point is, guys, even when you think you're right, you should always use a stop loss and try to keep yourself as safe as possible, because there are crazy things that happen in the space and you just can't foresee them. A lot of it, like Binance, XRP went down to $1.25, but then if you went everywhere else, there was like $1.67. So there are liquidity manipulations in the market. That doesn't mean they're going to reverse you. It means you gotta know the play or not know the game. You know, you can play poker. I like poker, but you can play it any different time with 1,000 different hands, and the hands will never change, but the people will. The people who come and go at your table, they're the ones you have to keep your eyes on. Make sure that they're not cheating, swiping cards, stealing chips, whatever they got going on. So my point is just be careful. We've traded with BitFi since like a little bit before we started this channel. We have had no problems with them. We've enjoyed them, and even watching them handle this Black Swan event, which happens to be the biggest liquidation event, Joe, but it wasn't the biggest move to the downside crypto is seeing. So just keep that in mind. That just means that there's more people using leverage than there is charts going down. But anyways, if you see on the bottom, there's a share button right down here. Now, we're giving away $100 Friday from $50 from us and $50 from Daily. So thank you, Daily, for donating that. All you got to do is share this tab, tag us so we can find you. And I would like to see you put your favorite cryptocurrency in there, but you do not have to. Have to. But I appreciate each and every single one of you guys for tuning in. I got a few more minutes, Joe, and then we got to wrap it up. What do we got? You want to just chit-chat a little bit, or?
Yeah.
Chit-chat, look at bubbles, or see we got going questions for the chat. Do you like my TA? Do you like the way I explain things? Would love your feedback, or do you think I'm completely wrong? Joe, you are not completely wrong, sir, and I enjoy the way you explain things. And you're very much like Trent, like unlike me. You guys have a gift in words, and you guys think about things before you say them. I tend to, where I was just saying in reference to poker, I'm making another one right now. You got like the slow people who play their hands slow. You can't tell anything that they have. I'm like the type of guy who rapid fires hands, and then you can't tell what I have because I'm spitting out so many charts and patterns. I'm making mistakes all over the place. You can't tell if I'm the new kid at the table. You can't tell if I'm telling the truth or if I'm bluffing. That sounds really bad. I know what I'm doing in crypto, guys. Okay, first off, but in poker, the trick is to keep your opponent confused, okay? So that's a different strategy. These guys over here, Joe and Trent, they think thoroughly before they spin out some art in how they explain what they're looking at in their currencies. I like market cipher because I'm like, red dot, green dot, red dot, green dot, red dot, green dot, blue wave. Oh, look at that. You know, I can kind of piece the puzzle pieces together. Not saying I can't trade regular TA, but they could probably beat me in regular TA. I can
Yeah.
beat them in market cipher
And
style.
the thing with the red dot, green dot, eventually it's going to be right. And so with any indicator, it shows you what already happened.
Yeah.
And eventually it's going to be right. So if you look and you back test any indicator, they look like the golden goose. It's like, man, like here we had the cross, we had the signal, we had a green dot, we had a check mark, whatever you use. And because, well, the price went up. But when you're in the moment, you know, you have a red dot and then it's a green dot or a check mark or whatever. And
Well,
then it changes again.
a
And
little
then
bit.
eventually it shows, you know, because the price, it went.
Market cipher is designed to be more of a foreseer than an after effect. Like,
Really?
you know, when you throw and when you throw a rock into a pond, you see that you know the ripples coming through the rock. Well, market cipher kind of works in the way of it sees a ripple before you threw the rock. I mean, you can use it as a confirmation tool and then play out the trade, but it is created. What's the term I'm thinking of, Joe? It's supposed to see it before the moves happen. And that's not
the
not necessarily.
abbreviation- The abbreviation is BS. Not like
Not what?
BS. Bull.
Well,
No,
you know,
but-
just like everything else, like you said, like you do get your fake outs, you do get your false signals and everything like that. It's you. The way I like to explain market cipher, Joe, is just like, you know, patterns and TA and all that other stuff. It's all risk percentages. Generally, you can't catch them all. And I view market cipher as I like to have 5 or 6 of the indicators on, and I take it like, if you see a target right in front of you, how many bullets do you want in the chamber to take a shot at that target? You know what I mean? Like, if you could have 3 out of the 6, you know, you have a 50-50 shot of making your trade. So if a good stop loss, you can make that profitable, you know?
Right.
And so that's just kind of like how I treat market cipher, like how you probably treat your, you don't do patterns, you do zones. You treat your zones, you know, and you hit your zones and the gaps up always outweigh you do the gap the opposite direction, or gap down or gap up, depending if you're long and short in the market. And so that's kind of just a way that I like to use market cipher. You know, it's like the peak of the money flow is at the top. You could say, well, technically you can keep going and keep going up. I don't know, maybe it's just a quick little dip, but then you get like the Stokes and the strength, and the VWAP starts hanging loose. Which, you know, what's really funny about market cipher? I've watched his learning videos 100 times. Okay, because my goal was I wanted to be the best of the best, the best and the best, and I had a lot of time in my hands, so I did. And he always says the VWAP, guys, is heavily modified, and that's how he explained it. So it's not an actual VWAP; it's whatever he made the VWAP to be. So I don't know if you could even call it a VWAP when it's heavily modified. But it is, guys. But so yeah, anyways, Joe, I gotta wrap it up tonight a little early. Thank you. Oh, actually, I gotta go through and thank everybody. I'm gonna thank everybody, then I'm gonna finish it with you. Thank you, Joe. I'm sorry with you because you're the last one to chat. Thank you, Joe, for coming on, doing your kick-ass TA and explaining to our group. D Not You, thank you for coming in. Calvin, thank you so much. Duality C, my brother from another mother. Calvin, you didn't say what you bought XRP at, what you sold it at back in 2021. This conversation is not over. I want to know. DZ, I appreciate you coming in. DZ, I forgot to go over your charts real fast. Okay, I'm going to run over. You said Toshi and something else. Zora, I'm going to give you like a 30-second overview on one time frame for both of them. Thank you for coming in, DZ, and just keeping us entertained with 1K. And then we got 1K on Blaze story. Chris, you owe me, Chris. Thank you for popping in, Chris. I appreciate you, Pepe. Welcome in, my friend. You know, you missed a bear, but it's okay. I like when I prove you wrong, and you like it when you prove me right. What we got going? I think that's it. It's kind of more of a middle night. Okay, we're gonna go over Toshi really, really, really fast, and then I'm gonna shout Joe out one more time and give him a moment to say something. Zora, one time frame.
You're not showing it.
Oh shoot, thank you. I'm thinking. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that time right. It actually works out. I was gonna say we have a fake. I think we're gonna have a fake out. We have a doji candle trend reversal to the downside. The momentum's going up, just like how Joe was saying. Green dots sometimes don't always play out, and this is why I like to just look at a revolver and put a lot of triggers in there. So we got 21 coming down. We have a doji candle for trend reversal. Strokes RSI are coming down. The VWAP's coming down. Momentum may be coming up, but I'm bearish. And I was gonna say that. And then went to the 4-hour time frame. We have a red X saying that there's more downwards action. We're bouncing off this trend pattern right here. Momentum's going down. Money flow's looking good. VWAP still has not flipped over, so maybe you can say it does, but I'm gonna be very bearish on the 1 hour. I said multiple time frames. Money flow is really outflowing on the 15-minute. I don't know if Zora has it in right now. That was a lower high, not good. Watch the 15-minute. Maybe we'll give you the foresight on the 1 hour. Maybe we'll get one manipulation. Yellow X. Okay, Toshi, I gotta go. Turbo Troll Toshi Nakamoto. That's funny that you said Steve Reverse because I'm pretty sure Toshi is Elio's favorite meme coin. Doji candle trend reversal, money flow coming in, VWAP coming down, Stoke Stars RSI are coming down. Bouncing off the 21. I think Toshi on the 15-minute is actually, I'm probably gonna lean towards more bullish than I will be bearish because I like how the money flow is. Money's coming into the market even though everything else is coming down. The Stokes RSI is green. So I think that's a good sign. Strength, I'm just going to leave it where it's at. The 1 hour, we do have we don't have any bullish divergence, but we do got the VWAP strength, Stokes RSI, money flows coming in and agreeing with me. And I feel like that was a pretty good almost reverse effect than we did with Zora because I went to the 1 hour and then the 4 hour on Zora. And this time I went to the one. Actually, I saw the 4 hour and then went to the 1 hour. I did both. Regardless, I didn't know what the 4 hour said, and I said I was bullish on the 1 hour before I even went there. 4 hour. If the 1 hour, 15-minute and 1 hour play out, you might get the continuation you need for the 4 hour. You might get a double bottom or a higher low. We did make a death cross, which is a general leg and indicator. The VWAP is not pushing down. I would say I'm undecided on the 4 hour, but I like the 15-minute. I like the 1 hour. And I think that if you get into profits, I would raise my stop loss into profits, and then I would sleep on it and come back into the 4 hour. Okay, there we go. Boom, I did everybody. Okay, Joe, take it away.
All right, guys. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for having me on. I absolutely love doing my analysis. I love giving you just very simple, easy to understand, level by level type trading. And also just, it makes it so much easier when, in my opinion, when like the charts aren't full of a whole bunch of support resistance levels and trend lines and zones and everything. Like, I mean, your chart right now, it's super clean. Like, I love it. Now, granted, if you did put lines or whatever, it's still good. But I see a lot of people that have just...
They go like this.
Line. Yeah, it just...
They go... all H,
Yeah.
all H. And you're like, there's so many zones. How many zones are there?
And then well, look, it bounced off of this weekly and this daily and this monthly. It's like, yeah, you got zones everywhere. But just want to say I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much for smashing the like. If you want more of my content, of course, you can always go to my channel, Trade Intuition, where I show you how to trade in the most simplistic way. Trading's not easy, but we make it not as difficult. So that's what we do on our channel.
All right, guys, we'll be back tomorrow, or I'll be back. I'm sure Joe will be back in the morning. Right, Joe? You mean on 9 a.m.?
At 12 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Okay, guys. We're all going to tune in for Joe's show tomorrow. We're going to give him support. We'll catch you guys on the flippity flop. Thank you for showing up. You guys, T-Square, Trade Intuition. All right, out. Oh, my gosh. Trent!